Hello everyone, this is Highlander, and we are doing another MTGCardsmith custom Magic card review. This is yet another card from Arceus8523 from his set, Amplalo, Realm of the Colossi. We've looked at 5 cards so far in the set, and this is our 6th card. Still kind of trying to figure this set out. We've seen a few things, but you know, not 100% sure yet what the set's really all about, and that's fine. I mean, we haven't seen that many cards, so that's not a criticism. Okay, here we have a card called Cradle of Evergrowth, and this is a spell land. So the other side is Zorgaz the Unsurpassable. Can't surpass this guy. Um, Okay, so we just looked at Gargantuan Grave last video. If you haven't watched it, you may want to watch that one first, because we have a recurring ability here. Put Cradle of Evergrowth from your hand onto the battlefield. So this is a split land card that actually lets you ramp. So that kind of explains why the last one had it. Like Gargantuan Grave had it as a black card, but I don't know if that changes my review of the card. Anyway, for a green card, though, this makes a lot more sense. I like this effect a lot on a green card. I think this is very cool. I think it's really cool to have a land that you can play tapped or play as a ramp spell. I think that's... I don't know how often I've seen that. I think that's pretty unique. So, and it's legendary too, which actually helps balance this out a lot. So, yeah, I like this land side a lot. And it's rare, which I think is correct rarity for something like this. Now Zorgaz the Unsurpassable. Oh boy, this okay. So we got quite the cost here. We've got a 6 mana, an X and 6 mana card. So he enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on him. He's a 6/6. As long as Zorgaz is on the battlefield, its mana value is equal to 6 plus the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, so mana value probably matters in this set. At the beginning of your end step, if Zorgaz has the greatest mana value among creatures on the battlefield, which he probably will, draw a card. Okay, I mean Zorgaz is very strong. I mean, I think most of the time when you play Zorgaz, he's like, even if you don't pay this X cost, he's probably going to be the biggest thing in a lot of cases. I mean, okay, let me backtrack for a second. I'm very much a limited player, so I'm sort of thinking about this in the realm of limited. Now, I guess when it comes to formats like Commander or Standard or whatnot, then that's a different story. Then I think the X matters a lot more. So I think that's worth considering. Yeah, I mean, Zorgaz is very powerful. I think I would say it's probably too powerful to be on a split card land that also can ramp you. So I think this card actually has a similar issue to the Gargantuan Grave that we just reviewed last. The last card we reviewed. Like here, I think that this land effect is a rare effect, right? And I think that Zorgaz would be a good rare creature. But I think together, it's way too good to be a rare. I think this is probably a mythic, to be honest. So I think that's a hit against the card. I think that Arceus is underestimating how good spell lands are. Because remember, these essentially they let you sort of cheat with your spell density, right? And that's like a really powerful effect. Okay. Um, Now, Zorgaz, the creature Zorgaz, like, it's fine. Like, it's nothing particularly unique. I mean, how many? We've seen a lot of Hydras in Magic. I mean, there's like a Hydra every set basically, and usually they grow. They have counters on them, right? This one draws you a card if it's the biggest. So I mean, it's definitely a must kill. But most Hydras are. Um, so I mean, it's a fine card. Really, it's totally fine. It's not particularly unique, but it's definitely like a card, a real Magic card. Like, there's no issues with formatting or anything like that. I think the main issue with this card is the power level. I think it's too powerful for a rare. So, Cradle of Evergrowth, love this. If this was a card on its own, I would give this card a 5 out of 5. I think this is a really cool idea, having a land that comes into play tapped that you can also play as a ramp spell. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool. I think with Zorgaz attached, it's just a little too powerful. So I think I would give this card a... I've been giving out a lot of 3 out of 5s. I'll give this one a 4 out of 5. Okay, you know what? No, 3.5 out of 5. We're going halves. Okay, I'm giving this a 3.5. I think that this one is. I like this land site a lot better than Gargantuan Grave because of the fact that it's green. But again, that issue with power level, I think brings it down a grade. And I would have to say that. So Cradle of Evergrowth is quite unique, which is part of the reason why I like this card a lot. Zorgaz is not particularly unique himself. So I think for those reasons, I'm not going to quite give it a 4 out of 5. But it's close. I don't know. 3.75 out of 5. How's that? Yeah. So, okay, I like Cradle of Evergrowth, but it has a few issues that I mentioned. Still, cool card. And that's my review of Cradle of Evergrowth / Zorgaz the Unsurpassable.